Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Love Storyteller Tarot. My name is Jeanette and this is going to be your new moon love reading for September 9th, 2018 in the archetype of Virgo. Thank you to those that do watch and share my videos. Not sure why it's not really taking off. It did before, and I know there's a lot of other people out there now doing it, and that's fine. So I thought I'd change it up. I don't know how this is going to work, and then I thought about, now I've got a bit more time, things have settled down a bit more, to put out the earth signs and everything, but individually, rather than elemental. I think I'm going to do them singly. So I'm going to see how this one goes, and then I've got an idea how to do them every month, and see how they go. But I'm going to do it a bit different. I've got my camera in a different position, so I hope nothing's too close to you. I'm going to use these, my old faithful, the titanium fortune cards, to do it a bit different and see if we can get a different result. Not that the other one was bad. And then I'm going to use these ones, and don't ask me to pronounce them, on the top, because they're fortune telling cards as well. They're gypsy cards. So my spirit guide has guided me to do this. Well, at least I think so. Right, so let's take a look. It's going to be in the archetype of Virgo, so we need to be watching around love. The energy is, it can be, I mean, I've got a Virgo rising. You can be perfectionist, and there's certainly perfectionists in my family. And that can destroy relationships. I've seen it myself, and I blame myself in one way, because I see it in my daughter, and I just think I'm not as bad as I used to be, but it definitely is that Virgo that needs to analyse, and I mean, it's great if you're a detective or psychologist, and which this is in a way, and you can use it for those skills, but you've got to be careful not to mingle your work, especially if you do things like this, mingle your work with your relationships. You need to keep them separate. I know that I went on a date, and I was dating at one time, and I realized I shouldn't have said what I did, because it does scare people, and they think, oh well, you're going to sit and analyze me now, etc. So sometimes it's best not to divulge that right at the beginning. So for the high priestesses and those that watch my channel probably do this sort of thing themselves. Yeah, it's a fine balance not to bring it into your relationships and everything, but a lot of synchronicity since the last time. We will hopefully, because this is the 9th of September, so Mars retrograde, Mercury retrograde, all coming to an end, but I think they'll still be in their shadow phase, because that's up to a couple of weeks afterwards. But synchronicities, somebody, I remember putting this thought out about this chap that I kept bumping into in the cinema, and this isn't my Mr. Gorgeous that goes back decades. This is a different situation, and knowing that there's karmic situations possibly coming in. Nobody returned from my past, which I feel is a good thing, that I've been clearing a lot of stuff. But yeah, and I remember putting this thought out, I would like to meet him and speak with him, see who he is, get to know him, sort of thing. And then blow me down. They say you're not going to meet anyone if you don't go outside your four walls, but yes, I did literally step outside my four walls because I was going out. But you know, that other chappie, the one that turned out to be married, and I dealt with, for those that have watched the video, that was literally walked past my house, and then I just getting into the car outside my house, and then this chappie that I was talking about literally just got out of a vehicle and was doing something, and I said, oh, you know, I've seen you at the cinema, and blah blah, and we was talking, and then, you know, they asked to go to the cinema, because I really get messages from these films, and, you know, when you look at the deeper meanings of what it's about. So a lot of synchronicity, but it's Mercury retrograde, anything that started during the Mercury retrograde. I'm not stereotyping, but I have seen it and I have experienced it, especially with a loved one, and something that was started, you know, it's just gone warm, and then you're left, you know, heartbroken again. It's just time to explore, not to actually get into something and revisit and look at things, but I'm babbling. So yeah, watch The Perfectionist. Am I too close? I can't see, so sorry, I've got it in a different way. Watch The Perfectionist, and analysing, the need to analyse. You know, you've got to go through the actual experience before you start to analyse what it was, you know, i.e. what went wrong. But yeah, you need to experience those feelings in those moments, and then you take it to the head and analyse it. Well, that's my experience. I only ever speak from my own experience. I can't speak for other people and what other people know, only from what I know. Right, let's take a look then. What's going on? New moon, new beginnings, and like great for projects and getting something new out there. Well, this is something new, hence doing it on the new moon. So we'll see. Let's go. But this is concerning our love lives. I've been experimenting with this one. So I tend to read the cards as I pull them, because I do get, and I'm going to stick with that, it's who I am and what I know. So there's something, especially for, you know, this is the coherent card, or the U card, and so it's for the people, or who's ever watching this, is, you know, you're feeling as though things have been stagnant and having to wait around for things, you know, and that would fit in with the Mercury retrograde, you know, but waiting for things to come to its conclusion. You know, the coffin is a conclusion. It is the death of something. It is the burying of something. You know, the coffin, it goes to the ground, or, you know, it's because it's everyday life. These cards are for everyday life. They're not for, you know, airy fairy stuff. It's for reality, concrete stuff, and death is a part of our reality, you know, and rebirth, and these moon cycles are all about that. So even our days are called little deaths, because you'll never get that day back again. So, you know, cycles come to an end, and there's something that's either been draining your energy, but this is all about patience and having to wait for the right time, because at the end of the day, divine timing will have its say. And it's only you know whether you've waited long enough, or, you know, in a situation in work or love, but we are talking about love here. So only you know whether that it's been long enough, so to speak, especially for those that have been single and thinking, well, you know, it's time to be in a relationship. Well, that's the heart, and it did just want to jump out. Oh dear, and there you go. I hope you can see them here, because I should be annoyed. I just got it in a different place, that's all. And I said the heart, you know, the heart, and there you go, the heart jumps out. And this is all about love, and that can be love in many different shapes and forms. You know, that can be to do with a pet, friendships, you know, family, siblings, anything like that, but we are talking about romantic love here. So this is what's at the heart of the matter, is love. This is what's important and is the main focus, and I am going to clarify with these cards, not the tarot cards this time. So for some, you know, it is about, I said, about being patient, whether a work situation or a love situation, and whether something's run its course, whether something's run out of time. You know, this can be something that's a love that's not flourishing, and if you look at that from the past, then, you know, it could be someone from your past, but you know, this is all about a love that's not flourishing at the moment. But let's see what's in and around the environment to see what's going on. I've had a busy time moving my daughter, so I've only just settled back down, and because she used this place as a storage for 9 months, so I had to sort everything out myself. So I wanted to clear the energies, ready to start doing these readings and a new beginning for me. So we've got the fish. The fish is all about finances and investment and money. You know, so there has been a wait for funds, but if we're coming into the present, and timing is very difficult with readings because of free will of other people. But I did watch the Adjustment Bureau the other day, and that was like, I saw it a little bit different this time. And at the end, they're saying, you know, about the book, and I think when two people, like they did, when two people want something or want to be together so badly, or like together, and know they want, there's no doubts, that's what they want. I think that's when things can change. But when you've got two people that are on different pages, or different stages in their lives, then, you know, those red flags were there for you know, a loved one of mine. Those red flags were there from the beginning. But it's amazing how, you know, they're subtle, and you want to swat them away like a fly, because you don't really want to see them, because something's glittering, something's attractive to you, wanting to see it. And, you know, around this Mercury retrograde and that, there's that trickster, you know, and it's something may glitter, whether it's somebody who's good looking and you're not looking at the actual character of that person. You're looking, what's the word? Oh, I had it in my head then. You're like hypnotized, or like, I can't remember the word, over this person. So you're entranced by this person, and either their good looks or that maybe their personality, because some people can have a really bubbly, great personality, and you can be very attractive to that. They can be that can be addictive, especially say you're an introvert, they're an extrovert, and they bring excitement, etc. And then, you know, but what you're then missing is, well, what is their character like? What is their values like? What are they building, you know, a foundation on? Good looks and personality, or it doesn't always have to be good looks, but, you know, like their personality. And then there's no substance there. I think I said, like in one of my other readings, like, you know, do you want that packet of crisps? Do you want that Knight of Wands in reverse? Very much the Knight of Wands energy, this Mars retrograde, which is about sex and passion, and coming in and shaking your world up, and as quickly, and then just going, you know, in reverse. He is that packet of crisps. He's that, oh yeah, I love crisps, hence why I use that for my thing. But I love crisps. But you know, so is it that packet of crisps? Yeah, they're nice, they're yummy, and, you know, but they don't last long. And then there's the empty packet, isn't there? There's nothing left. rather than waiting for that you know, meal that's nourishing and substantial and that lasts a long time. So you've got to look for someone's character and not be blind by other things. And their character is, you know, somebody who turns up on time when they say they're going to meet you, someone who turns up on time, you know, someone who keeps their word, and they're congruent, their word and their actions match. And I've got my article on my website. It's personality versus character, and you know, and that's what you've got to be looking for, whether female or male. You know, it doesn't matter. It's the same situation. At the end of the day, if you just break it down, it's about, you know, respect and kindness, and walking in the other person's shoes, and you know, and treating people the way you'd like to treat them. But obviously that would be somebody who's conscious. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share that because, you know, I see the pain it causes people, and I've had my own tests, and it's just like, no, I'm not going down that path. I don't need to go down that path. So but yeah, so there, it's, you know, about investment, money, finances, or about investing in this love. It can also represent that, but it's usually around money. But there has been a wait for funds. That, you know, is there a connection with the finances? Because this is in the environment, and this is to do. So this could be to do with the home. Is you know, is there a home move, or are you wanting to invest in property? Because this is all about having money to buy property, somewhere where you love, somewhere where you can call home, somewhere where you might meet someone in a new home, because this is heading towards the future if we read it that way. You know, but this is where love will grow in the right property, the right energy, the right location, the right environment for you. But if you're looking to invest in property, then there is going to be money, there is going to be finances for this project. If it's not a home, if it's a project that you're looking at, or starting a new business. But love seems to be at the center of this, and is to where it can go from there. So there seems to be some connection, and the key to success is, I'm saying, a love relationship. The key to success is a love relationship. For those that have been single, and probably single for a long time, I would say it's more for them. For those that have come out of a relationship, or you know, the key to success would then be to love yourself and put yourself first and invest in yourself, because that's what the problem had been with some of the other people that I've been listening to, is that, you know, these other relationships that they were considering and going into, these other people had only been out of a relationship for like 4 to 6 months, and they were in long-term relationships. Might not have been a marriage, but long-term relationships. They've got to heal from that. You're going to be a rebound, or the other person is going to be a rebound if it's you. So, you know, people have got to heal from what's happened, and, you know, they're just looking to make themselves feel good about themselves, because either they've been rejected, or, you know, they've been in a long-term relationship and they just want to experience different experiences. And that's not in a judgment. It's about discerning and protecting your own heart. Is the answer to that, is going to be the key to your success. But definitely a love relationship is going to be, oh, definitely. We've got the masculine come out here. So it doesn't matter, same-sex couples, whatever, it doesn't matter, you know, but we go, this is the masculine energy, and you get that even in same-sex couples. So but yeah, and this is a man has his own property, is what I'm picking up on, has his own property, and that we could be looking into the future there, and it hasn't happened yet. Maybe it's all about investing in your own heart and loving yourself before this can come in. But definitely this is the key to a situation, and you know, after waiting for a long period of time, then this is going to happen. Yeah, because there you go, a new road is opening up, because either this is, you know, you're in that energy and it's around you, and it's going to start to happen, or this will happen, the key to success, after this stagnant situation is going to be, you've got to take a new path, you've got to go down a new path to get success. And this can be either, if you know, if a relationship has just ended, like I just said, or a job has ended. You know, this is about, have you waited long enough? Remember at the beginning the message, and the road is a new pathway, a new road, and this can be even down to relocating, moving home, and for some maybe there's this new love, because it's right at the heart of the matter. There's this new love when you start to go down this path, when you relocate. That's the whole purpose of what's happening, because this is like a picture, a snapshot of what's coming, what's been, what's in the here and now, and what's coming. But yeah, there's definitely a change, you see. So for some it might be for those of you that a relationship has ended, it's died its death, it's completed itself. You know, there's still hope there, because we've got, yeah, somebody, a love hasn't been, they might have been false to your face. For some it would be they might have been false to your face. Then in other words, they've not been telling you everything. So there's something that they've not been telling you, whether they've not been telling you something to do with money, to do with finances, they've hidden that. But there is something that this love has not been telling you, because, you know, there's a lot of purple here, and this is about using your wisdom, using your own knowingness and wisdom. So for some it'll be, you've got to use your wisdom. Do you really want to go down that path again and repeat that pattern? And for others it will be using your wisdom, but that wisdom to go down a new path. But this is very positive along here, because the key to success is to go down a new path and a new love. So and we've got the bear come up, which is all about strength, bold moves, and this is a strong relationship down here. So having to wait for the right relationship, you need the strength to do that. But something that hasn't been flourishing, because somebody's kept something from someone. So how can it flourish if one person's not being transparent to the other person? But this is, he's protective. He's protective, this guy is. He's protective maybe about his own home, if he's single. and this can represent somebody that, you know, is of a strong build, tall, or just tall, doesn't have to be, you know, but a strong, tall person. So maybe the build would be like the bear. But this is something really important. So this person's really important in this picture, but needing to use your wisdom around this heart situation, but going down a new path is going to be the success. And your thoughts, the overall energy around this whole picture is your thoughts. You've got to watch your thoughts, whether it be in business, because that could be somebody to do with business, and you've got to be wise there. But yeah, you've got to watch your thoughts. And what's the saying? Because this is about like watch your tongue. Watch your tongue. Be strong. Watch your tongue. Like, in other words, if you find out something, then watch what you say or how you say it. Is probably what the message is. But let's get some clarifying cards out on the heart of the matter, because these actually complement them. Oh, so there is hope. I think I said that a bit earlier. There is hope for this situation. You've got to have hope. Hope is for a certain outcome. You know, this ship is coming in, and you know she's got her back to the ship, but she's standing very secure within herself, and you know she's dropping flowers into the water, which is about emotions, and she's got the anchor. She's the one that stabilizes. So that's about being secure in your love, but that's about being secure in your own love, not only a love for another person. But yeah, this is definitely a love relationship. But yeah, she's got the anchor. She's got the anchor. So you can see this is symbolically the ship coming in. It could be the partnership coming into the picture. Oh, sorry, am I not? Oh, sorry, I'm in a different position and now I haven't been showing you the cards. Yeah, so there's hope for this relationship. You know, there's unexpected joy. So that unexpected joy, obviously they've got money on this picture, but it could be anything, because it's just unexpected joy. It's whatever you've been hoping for, really. That ship is coming in, and this is what's at the heart of the matter, and it's going to surprise you. So you've got to be open to something that's unexpected, and you know, and there's the Death card. So unexpected joy, and there's the Death card. So something that's coming to an end, and it's the right time, because you know he does have the timer there, and that's about transformation. So something can transform into a different situation with the heart, is what they're saying. So which would go along with the coughing, about, like I said earlier, about waiting for something, but something's coming to an end, something, you know, even old behaviours, but something that's unexpected joy brings something to an end, to completion, so that a new chapter can begin. And let's just take a look at the man, the masculine. Now when I do these for the sun signs, these are going to be going over to Vimeo or my website for clarification, and there'll be a small charge for that, but I'll sort it all out and give you the heads up when it's going to happen. So let's take a look at the masculine. Right, we've got the widow here, which this is a woman that's been on her own. This is, you know, someone who's wise, like has been through life, has been through experiences. So it can mean the widow, an actual widow, somebody who has, you know, experienced the loss of a partner in the past, via, you know, passing, and she's a widow because of that, or, you know, it doesn't have to be marriage, it can be just a relationship where it's come to an end, but there is unexpected joy with this man. It's a lady that's been on her own for a long time and has gained wisdom, you know, has seen something through to the end. And this is what the masculine is looking for, is somebody, a person with wisdom, with life experience, and then what he's looking for is to share, you know, like an equal partnership, because we've got some money on here, but we've got like a wallet and a purse, so it's putting the cards on the table, and I see that as an equal partnership. But he is looking for somebody that's, you know, had life experience and maybe has got their own finances, because we do have the heart here, and maybe he has, and he wants somebody equal in that way. But there's some money, or is that the unexpected joy for this lady that's been single? There's some unexpected joy around some money, and maybe this guy, he definitely wants a relationship. You know, there's merriment here. There's this couple that's celebrating, coming together, and this is in the future. So, but those are the cards for the future. And then obviously I would go on and have a look at the snake, and see what that was all about, and maybe look at these because they're orange, so I'd see them as together, but there is going to be money for you know, a project or a home. And then these are very much, there's something here that needs to be looked at. On this occasion I will, but on the sun signs I'll be taking it over to, I do hope you can see, because I wanted to get the flowers, something a little bit different. Let's take a look at the snake then. Yeah, see, we've got the actual snake here. That's why for me these cards work lovely, because we've got the snake here and the snake's there. So like I said, there's been some falseness, that somebody's been false to your face, because we've got the cat and they're attacking each other. So and this is all about falseness. Now it is sort of outside the home, but on top of it could be on top of a building, but yeah, so it's like, yeah, there's been some falseness around this love for some, and obviously maybe somebody has gone on a trip or a journey and maybe has lied about that. Yeah, definitely a journey, because we've got the visit card here. So there's been some falseness about somebody around the heart situation, because that's in the here and now, or this is a heads up what's going to be happening around his new moon, possibly something that might be happening around that time. But yeah, this falseness and so lies and deceits, about somebody going on a journey or a trip, because they're going to visit somebody. That's the purpose of the trip, is visiting somebody, taking them flowers, taking them a gift. So there we go. Let's have a look, see what the romance angels want to say. Oh yeah, okay. What are the most important messages, please, romance angels, for this new moon in Virgo on the 9th of September 2018? Reconciliation. So yeah, there's someone, and is that what this journey is? So if maybe for some people that are already in a relationship, that could be somebody having an affair. Got to look at that sort of thing. But yeah, it says reconciliation, and these cards would suggest that also, because of the journey and the visit, going to visit someone. Doesn't always have to be about love, like I said. It can be about family, and you know, friendships, that sort of thing. But it's usually like someone from your past is returning to your life, which is interesting, because that Mercury retrograde, it usually happens in that time period, but this is going to be in the shadow phase, coming out of it. So, but it's usually to do with unfinished business. Somebody needs to say something, but it's usually around unfinished business. Retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. And this is like a couple, she's in a wedding dress there. Now that could be, I don't know, I'm getting, that could be a husband, but it could also be the father taking the bride to part some wisdom or something, or it could be an older partner, but yeah, this is retreating, and basically it's about listening to yourself and to the other person, and not listening to so much what's going around in the environment. Really, that's what the retreat means. And you've got reconciliation, retreat. So it's about spending quiet time. So for those of you that maybe have had a separation, then maybe it's about unfinished business, either sorting something out, but they're saying, you know, you've got to love yourself first, because, and that's where I got what was at the heart of the matter, the heart itself. That can mean you've got to take care of your own heart, and that's putting in healthy boundaries and respecting yourself, is what that's all about. The more you love yourself, not in a vain way, you know, in a loving way, taking good care of yourself, like you do other people, like you would a partner, you know, that you do a nice meal, you can sit down and take yourself out on dates, and really just look after yourself, your health, your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, your physical well-being, really looking after yourself. And then you're just like a light bulb, you're very, very attractive. But what goes what do you call it, a cabinet to that is then you're very attractive, you know, you're shining your light. You can then still, not any fault of your own, attract people, because they're very attracted to your light, And this is when then you've got to bring in discernment. You've got to bring in the discernment as to what is this about. Like I say, don't label it. It's like me with that chappie at the cinema, and I had those thoughts 2 or 3 months ago, and then there you go. Look, it goes out into the universe, and then it comes back in its physical time, or a time that you don't expect, and then you need to discern what that is about, really, what it's all about, and that's because by loving yourself, you will be in a strong position to discern for yourself what the connection is. Because I said before, you have synchronicity with fate, and you have synchronicity with destiny. Because if it's karmic and you're needing to learn a lesson, even if you have to say to this person, well, no, I've listened to what you've had to say, you've retreated, you've gone on a night out, or you've gone away somewhere, whatever it is, I've listened to what you've had to say, but I need to take care of myself, and we need to work on this, but it will be at my pace, etc. Or it will be, no, I need to love myself, and I'm saying no to you. So, but let's see what the spiritual advice is for this reading, this new moon, and this reading. Oh, milk and honey. I love this card. It's basically saying the milk and honey is about it is about joy. It's about experiencing life exactly the way you want it. It's about contentment and things tasting good and nourishing you. It's got a beautiful rainbow coming through. The rainbow is a promise. So there is a promise from the universe. Okay, you might not be there yet, but look at the future. Someone who's been single maybe for a long time and is now coming to share their gifts, and him to share his. That involves a home. And he's very protective, and would be very protective over the relationship. And we've got the merriment card here, which is a celebration of two people coming together. So it is there, but there's something in the here and now to do with the snake. Maybe this is the reconciliation bit. Maybe this is some falseness, and you need to use your so maybe it will be an expected joy in that sense, because someone's coming to visit. But yeah, that's what the milk and honey. But let's have a look, see what it does say regarding a relationship, and see how it fits in with this reading. 51. I mean, the words are: the taste of prosperity, opportunities born out of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. And then the relationship is sensuality, connection and passionate romance, which we have here, between lovers, sweet moments of understanding, and love among friends and family, which that could represent. Here for you to savour now, but it looks like it's in the near future. Your heart's calling will be answered, and it's definitely will, because we can see that there. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts, because remember this card here, let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you will be nourished with honey of abundance. So you've got to watch your thoughts. There's something, don't know what, that needs to be looked at, and you've got to use your wisdom, and definitely next to the road in this journey. and needing to be strong about something, because we can read it that way as well, needing to be strong about something. So there we go. There we go. It's not as long as it usually is because I didn't go into the other things, but it's the same messages, but using less cards in that sense. But there is abundance, and you know, the elephant is all about family. They're very loyal, and you know, the elephants do actually cry as well, and they will die if they have one person looking after them, and then that person goes somewhere else. They do actually die of a broken heart. So there we go. I hope those messages help you, and I will be back for the full moon reading in September. I can't remember what it's in. I will still do the new moon and full moon readings, but the sun sign, the star signs, I will do part of the reading, and then we'll go over, then you'd go over to my website or Vimeo. We're still searching and doing what we think is best. A small charge then to see, clarifying a situation, and you know, more advice for you. Okay then, I hope it helps. Please like, share and subscribe. It's your gift back to me, and I'll see you back here soon. Lots of love. Namaste.